Well, it's about time, huh? Probably one of the last videos of 2025. What a year! We had a lot of things that came this year in War Thunder. Some buffs, some nerfs, pancakes, Sams, more Russian bias, and Germany severe suffering. Nah, I'm joking. Welcome to another War Thunder vehicle review. And since you guys voted for German Interceptor, this is the one who came out on top. I present to you the ME410B-1 the Hornets. The ME410B-1 is a rank-free battle rating 4.3 interceptor for the German Air Tech tree. It features a twin-engine layout, upgraded defensive armament, and a good energy for a twin-engine aircraft. The Hornets features two Daimler-Benz DB603A inverted V12 engines that each one can produce 1434 horsepower stock to 1580 horsepower fully upgraded. All this amount of power can make the ME410 reach an incredible speed of 584 km per hour stock to 624 km per hour fully upgraded at 6,700 meters of service altitude. The maximum altitude of operation is 10,400 meters. The rate of climb is 7.9 meters per second stock to 10.8 meters per second fully upgraded, and the turn time of the Hornets stays below 35 seconds, 32.7 seconds stock to 30.7 seconds fully upgraded. Just so you guys know, I'm a bit sick for like 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna be rebriefing myself for each sentence I say, okay? Get used to it. For me, at 4.3, where it sits, the ME410 acts more like an energy aircraft than usual. You can really rely on the power of your engines to turn the tides of a dogfight, regardless of whether it is a Yak-3 or a P-51 is what you're facing. But need to keep in mind that you are a bit heavy to roll and turn in comparison, so try to manage your speed and position of aircraft while in combat, or else you'll be frog food. The ME410's survivability is based on his two crews, the pilot itself and your rear gunner, which covers good angles of the back of the aircraft when it comes from target that is currently above you or slightly approach you from below. But the same can't be said when we get to the guns turning to the horizontal defense angles. It's limited. The maximum speed that the Hornets can sustain on its fuselage is 750 km per hour. Clearly a good speed for boom and zoom, but takeoff flaps are 428, off speed limit, and landing flaps 280. The landing gear is strong for an aircraft from World War II. Just a few naval aircrafts can make the gear hold 350 km per hour before braking. G-force structure is good because you will make fast turnings, and the ME410 can hold it pretty well with 12 plus G to -4 before the fuselage rips itself from lost support. The ME410 features a good set of armor to not kill its agility and power, which includes 8 mm of steel on the front of the cockpit, 5 mm of steel on the wing's leading edge in front of the fuel tanks, 8 mm of steel on prop hub and gear bay, 9 mm of steel on top and bottoms of wings around the liquid cooling system, 8 mm of steel on the plates in the tail, 8 millimeters of steel at the bulkhead aft of the turret, 8 millimeters of steel between the gunner and pilot, 12 millimeters of steel on the pilot's headrest, and 60 millimeters of bulletproof glass in front of the pilot. In my opinion, most low caliber guns that start from 12.7 way below to 5 millimeters tickles the ME410, but cannons above 20 cut it in half. Just need to be aware about what you're fighting and how you will fight it with it next. The defensive armament of the ME410B-1 features two 30mm 13 features two 13mm MG131 heavy machine gun side turrets right behind the Hornet's cockpit in the middle of the tail, and features good angles of defense when we speak on vertical angling, but when we speak about horizontal angling, it's kinda questionable, but do not worry, it get the jobs done. You just need to aim good and be familiarized with the German 10mm because it has 1000 rounds of capacity and 900 rounds per minute. Your defense bursts will have to be very precise. Most of the times, the turrets will not be necessary, but when it happens, sometimes as a hit or a instant pilot snipe. You need to have a good pilot stats to make it work better because the turrets aren't that quick to target but do hit hard because of the 13 millimeters. Moving up to the offensive armament of the Hornets, the firepower. For an interceptor, it has fighter-like armament, just like some FW-190s, but all the guns are placed on the nose of the aircraft, featuring two heavy machine guns and four cannons. Let's talk about them. The heavy machine guns featured in the Hornets are the 13mm MG131 heavy machine guns, the same as the defensive armaments mentioned, but having 1200 rounds of capacity, unlike the defensive turrets that have 1000 only. The four cannons of the Hornets featured are the 20mm MG151, famous for fast firing and less leading in the Bf-109F series fighters. This aircraft carries 1200 rounds of capacity as well as the MG-131 heavy machine gun, but the fire rate is 700 rounds per minute. It's a bit slower on fire rate, but it's still deadly when it hits. I didn't forget about the suspended armament. The Hornets can carry four 214 millimeters Werfergranate and 21 rockets. They're heavy, 112 kilograms and 9.5 kilograms of TNT mass. They are made for multi-purpose strikes that was meant to attack aircrafts, ships, and ground targets. But you get more hang of it while you strike the ground with it. The aircraft is powerful when we talk about the armament, and if you're a German weapons expert, you will lead your targets well with any weapon it has, and destroy easily. The ammo variety of the ME410B-1 is wide, and it has lots of types of belts for the 13mm and the 20mm. Starting with the offensive 13mm, the belts that we have available are the default, universal, armor-piercing incendiary tracer, immediate action incendiary, and stealth. The same can't be said about the defense turrets because it only has default and armor target belts. The 20mm MG151 have lots of belts as well, starting with default, universal, air targets, armored targets, tracers, and stealth belts. In my personal experience, any of these belts really do the job done, but personally, it's up to you guys to feel which one is better for your type of situation. Overall, Hornet is a very astonishing aircraft that is more focused on energy fighting and surprise attacks. If you want to, you can fight some other aircrafts into a turn fight, such as Yak's P-51s Corsairs, and some others. It's time for the final conclusion, everybody. Let's get it done. The mobility of the ME410 is astonishingly amazing. I'm saying that because you can't compete with smaller fighters like it's nothing to worry about. And since it's an interceptor aircraft, energy fighting is key for a dogfight, and it gets the job done easily. But you really need to get the hang of a kind of slow roll rate, but the rest is very chill to get used to. So I'll give it a solid 8.5. A well-armored aircraft means it's heavy, but not for the ME410. Even though it has armor all around the aircraft to increase survivability, it maintains very agile and deadly, and is a solid 8.5 as well. The defensive armament of the Hornets is pretty okay in my opinion. Most of the time you have to control it by yourself, and sometimes it will automatically activate to defend. But the 13mm machine guns are very reliable and the angles of defense are pretty fine. So it's a 8. Fast firing cannons and heavy machine guns on the front is everything a interceptor needs to strike a bomber, rip a fighter apart, or explode a SPA on the ground. And that's what the 13mm MG131 and the 20mm MG151 offers for you on the ME410B1 U2. And they have good ammo capacity as well, 1200 rounds for both offensive guns, and for me, short bursts or long bursts, it doesn't matter for the Hornets. It's a 9.5. Ammo variety is a solid 9. You can vary to have incendiaries all the way on a all offensive guns to set everyone on fire, high velocity tracers to send laser beams to anyone on your front, or act stealthy with stealth belts on anyone you want. There's lots of variations for lots of situations, and I really like it. The final results really impressed me because out of 10 stars, the MB410 received 8.7 stars. And since it's above 8.5, let's take it to 9. It's been a while since a vehicle presented a 9-star review for me, which means it worth it. It really worth it, and you should try as well. Well, this is unfortunately the end, my friends. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Maybe next year you will be better. Maybe next year will be better when compared to this one on War Thunder vehicle review. And if you have an interesting vehicle in mind, don't be shy and tell about it in the comments. I'll be glad to make a video about it. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're not yet. And see you on the next video. Bye.